Always great to see you, and I'm so happy for you. There's a lot of great things happening around you right now. You're nominated for an induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Finally, Lenny Kravitz found his voice. And what he disclosed about his bond with Lisa Bonet will blow your mind. From a chance elevator encounter in 1985 to an unexpected confession that shattered silence for decades, his story isn't what you'd expect from a celebrity post-divorce reveal. Picture this. Backstage at a New Edition concert, Romeo Blue, Lenny's stage moniker then spots television star Lisa Bonet in a cramped elevator. His heart raced, his nerves got the best of him, and he blurted out, "I love your hair," later calling it the worst pickup line ever uttered. Yet, in that awkward moment, time froze, and a magnetic pull neither of them anticipated sparked a connection powerful enough to defy fame, distance, and even divorce. Their bond blossomed quietly off camera long before anyone labeled them Hollywood royalty. While Lisa lounged on her couch, Lenny crashed there too, still questioning his identity and navigating the music world under a different name. "I wasn't even comfortable being Lenny Kravitz," he admitted years later. But with Lisa's encouragement, he shed the Romeo Blue persona and let his true artistry bloom. Their friendship flowed into late-night studio sessions, where Lisa's support unlocked his creativity. Then, in a recording booth illuminated by soft studio lights, a stumble turned electric. Lisa fell into Lenny's arms, and they shared their first kiss. That night, he moved into her room, destiny having scripted their next chapter. By November 16, 1987, on Lisa's 20th birthday, they eloped in Vegas. No big-budget extravaganza, just a raw ceremony that mirrored their free-spirited love. He was smitten by the most beautiful woman on the planet. She inspired his music, and soon they welcomed Zoe Isabella Kravitz on December 1, 1988. That day in the Bahamas, sun-drenched beaches and ocean baths, they conceived a daughter who would later become the living testament to their enduring connection. Zoe grew up in a home fueled by peace, love, and creative expression, destined to follow both parents into the spotlight as an actress, model, and musician. But this isn't just a love story. It's a saga of reinvention, resilience, and resources. Behind the scenes, Lenny's wealth building was as strategic as his songcraft. His garage has housed a fleet of luxury cars, from a matte black Ferrari F12 to a custom Rolls-Royce Phantom, each turning heads on and off the red carpet. His wrist often sports a Rolex Daytona, and he's been spotted with a Patek Philippe Nautilus on rare occasions. On real estate, he's invested in beachfront estates across Miami and a hilltop sanctuary in Topanga Canyon, each property a retreat from touring life. His pride and joy? A Gulfstream G550 private jet, where he composes tracks mid-flight, channeling creativity at 41,000 feet. Hook. But what these assets really reveal about his mindset will surprise you. Lenny's portfolio extends far beyond music. He co-founded a premium eyewear line, partnered with high-end fashion houses for capsule collections, and holds equity in several boutique record labels, ensuring his artistic influence echoes through generations. On the insurance front, he maintains comprehensive policies: lifetime health coverage, personal liability for his real estate holdings, and specialized key person insurance on his music catalog, safeguarding royalties if he's ever unable to record. These protections illustrate a foresight often missing in rock and roll myths. Financial lesson: diversify early, protect your assets, and treat your creative output as irreplaceable intellectual property. Despite their magical beginnings, the weight of fame tested their marriage. Touring demands, late-night studio sessions, and the pressure to maintain a public image strained their union. By 1991, the unspoken cracks surfaced. They separated and officially divorced in 1993. Lenny endured sleepless nights, sleeping only 2 hours at a time, channeling heartbreak into his 1991 album, Mama Said. The hit single, It Ain't Over Till It's Over, wasn't just a chart topper. It was his heart on vinyl, a raw snapshot of grief and devotion. Lisa retreated to Topanga Canyon with Zoe, prioritizing nature's calm over Hollywood's chaos. Hook. Yet, the true turning point of their journey didn't come until years later. Post-divorce, Lenny grappled with grief from multiple family losses, confessing he was in a fog and needed space to heal. He focused on his music career, and his star ascended, leading to Grammy wins and sold-out tours. Business-wise, he reinvested album proceeds into property and diversified into tech startups, demonstrating that creativity and commerce can coalesce. By his late 30s, he'd built a net worth north of $70 million, thanks to smart royalties management and equity stakes in streaming ventures. His advice? Reinvest in what you know, your brand, your craft, and your circle. Remarkably, decades after divorce, Lenny and Lisa discovered that their bond wasn't anchored to romance, but to their daughter. When Zoe moved in with her dad at age 11, co-parenting matured into an authentic friendship. They navigated joint investments in Zoe's education and future career, and even established a family trust to preserve generational wealth and intellectual capital. Lisa, meanwhile, launched wellness ventures and secured multi-million-dollar partnerships in sustainable fashion, transforming her personal growth into financial empowerment. Together, they modeled resilience, showing fans that ending a marriage doesn't have to conclude a family's story. At the peak of his fame in the 90s, Lenny Kravitz was already a rock star millionaire, but behind the glamour was a man writing love letters in the form of music to the one woman who would forever shape his heart. His net worth, once estimated at $5 million during the early years of his breakthrough, has steadily soared through decades of chart-topping hits, global tours, acting roles, and high-profile endorsements. Today, Kravitz's estimated net worth sits comfortably at $90 million, with financial analysts projecting even greater growth as his memoir gains traction and his latest album, Blue Electric Light, continues to draw global acclaim. But the true twist? His wealth is not just measured in money. It's in the emotional equity he's built with those closest to him. And then there's Jason Momoa, once a fan-favorite superhero, now grappling with a quieter, more complicated chapter. His split from Bonet shocked the entertainment world, especially because from the outside, it all looked perfect. But behind the scenes, Momoa has been battling more than just emotional pain. He's reportedly facing career stalls and financial strain, a stark contrast to the booming box office success of Aquaman. Sources close to the star suggest that while his net worth remains around $25 million, recent missed projects and costly commitments have put pressure on his finances. Still, he continues to show up for his kids, for Bonet, and even for Kravitz. In a world where ego often destroys blended families, Jason's ability to stay gracious and present is a revelation in itself. Meanwhile, Lisa Bonet's recent absence from the spotlight has only amplified curiosity. Once known for her boundary-pushing roles and undeniable style, she now lives a life of deliberate quiet. While her net worth, estimated at $10 million, may not match her former partners, it reflects a career built on integrity rather than popularity. And yet, her impact remains undeniable. Bonet's influence has trickled down through generations, not just through her daughter Zoe Kravitz, but through the emotional intelligence and healing energy she brings to every corner of her life. Zoe, now a powerhouse in her own right, is the living embodiment of this extraordinary family bond. From Big Little Lies to the Batman, she's not just walking in her parents' footsteps, she's creating her own path. Her style, her choices, even her interviews echo the kind of grounded, introspective grace that comes from being raised in an environment of love that survived divorce. And with a growing net worth of over $10 million, multiple fashion campaigns, and a directorial debut on the horizon, Zoe represents the future of Hollywood royalty. One shaped not just by fame, but by emotional truth. But what truly captivates audiences is how Lenny and Lisa's story refuses to follow the script. Their post-divorce friendship isn't just rare, it's revolutionary. At a time when celebrity breakups are usually followed by feuds, court battles, and silence, they've chosen peace, respect, and even joy. And that decision, more than anything, is what's drawn millions to their story. Who would have imagined that a decades-old divorce would one day become the foundation of one of Hollywood's most admired blended families? It's this emotional unpredictability that keeps fans hooked. When Kravitz speaks about Lisa now, it's not with regret, but with reverence. And when he calls Jason "my brother," it's not for show. It's the result of a man who did the emotional labor to build bridges instead of burning them. It's the kind of maturity that doesn't make headlines, but it should. As Kravitz's story continues to unfold, one can't help but wonder, will his music evolve again? Will new songs hint at the next chapter of his life and love? One thing is certain, his story isn't over, and neither is theirs. So in a world where most celebrity stories end in silence, scandal, or separation, this one keeps transforming. And that's the hook we didn't see coming. Because maybe, just maybe, the real love stories are the ones that don't end. They just change shape.